How's it going, guys? Chris Baker again with some more Historic Brawl. So I've been clearing out quests today. Haven't got a really big recording session planned for Brawl, but I did want to squeeze in some games because most of my quest clearing ended up happening in standard because I didn't have a mono black Historic Brawl deck in my collection. I definitely do have. Well, I definitely have made mono black Historic Brawl decks, but I did not end up saving them in my collection, which it was the problem. I ended up playing just the bog standard mono white, no mono black deck that's been in standard for years upon years. I could have played him. I didn't though. Well, got missed. This is a bit of it's a double team deck. That's the ideal. But it's not as straightforward as the red-white version. Red-white double team is pretty much an established archetype in the set that it originally came from, which was, I think, the Alchemy D&D version that came after the actual D&D set. And in that one, you have a 3-mana commander. I guess we'll search for glory. We probably want Oswald? No, we don't want Oswald. We have Planar Bridge that guarantees us what we're looking for. Yeah, it's very slow, but Planar Bridge is probably just what we have to do. We need a mirror box, and we need the double team enchantment. The double team command. Ooh, that's bad. Can't really attack through that. That was another problem that I found with this deck. If you don't get it started quick enough, it's a little bit rough, man. Like, the archetype isn't... Silverback. You're a good boy, but I don't like you. Can't really affect the board in any meaningful way. We don't do creatures. Guess we just try to draw out of it. Like, this is not good, but... Who dies? Joshua or Saxon? Let's get down Nissa. Toski's a good blocker for the moment. Kura is probably just a better card. Our opponent, Rogue Soldier. Outclassing us at every regard. We have options, but... not looking great, Green. And we need to keep 1 mana open to actually deal with the problem at hand. Rude. Maybe this deck just needs the hoofs. Like, the dog deck was pretty good when you put a greater hoof behind it. Draw 2 should be fine. We will lose Anissa, which is sad. You know, she had to die eventually anyways, so... Okay. You could make a difference. Are you sorcery speed? Nope, okay. Do I have any humans in my bed? White. Put down the green one. Elf. I knew Nissa was an elf. Poor commander. Oh, you're a human. Well... Actually, let's just search up Rosella. Rosella feels like a appropriate response to this kind of problem. And then we'll get down our commander for chump blocking. I don't know if I have enough mana for this. I don't think I do. But it was a goal. It was a goal. And now our mana rock survives the combat, probably. We should have just played Gisela because Bruno would have reanimated her anyways. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 plus 4 equals 11, so we're 2 mana short. Our opponent has big monkeys. Really big monkeys. Goodness, search for 2 lands. And it gave the, what was that old... It was a really old card. It was green. And it dealt damage to our creatures with flying. We made a 1/1. Our 12/12 should be the biggest thing on the board at the moment, but you never know. And then Gulta and Mervyn are just insane when they actually get to attack. I have the biggest thing opponent. What are you gonna do? I shouldn't prod because our opponent has shown a capacity for dealing with my shenanigans and a willingness to allow me to punt. Not that they really have say in the matter. I suppose we could pretend that they do, but you know. Gonna put a shield counter on Vorinclex? 2 shield counters. Very cool. I wouldn't be making 12/12 though. Sure. We got Samwise for a bit of protection. You're not the best protection. Goodness, this is bad. Surprise blocker. I think we still die. So let's... GG. It was rough. Anyway, we're going to a game 2. See where we're at. Like, in theory, the deck can work. I'm just not sure. Like, I don't know. I was looking at these commanders, Joshua and Saxon, and the direction is a little ambiguous. And I took it in, I think, the most fun way, which is a double team deck. The problem is we just don't have the double team support to actually be that viable. Now we have to avoid punting here. We attack, we cast it. That's our whole game plan. I don't know. I think the commanders from the most recent version of Alchemy were just a bit clunky. Like Hex, he's not very intuitive in how he works. And he's kind of an adventure commander, but mono green adventures, which green adventures tend to be decent adventures, but like playing it over another option just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like we have a teamer and we have a Bant adventure commander, and both options are better than Hex. Playing with a dog doesn't, or whom like Dog Tribal doesn't work as a commander because Dog Tribal really wants to be. It either wants to be Boros or it wants to be Selesnya, or it wants to be both. Yeah, I don't know. The ones I've played so far have been very clunky. I haven't played them all, but there are only like 3 of them. So I think the last one is, as usual, the equipment one. And I tend to leave the equipment one for last. Yeah, so in order to make this one work, you have to cast it, you have to attack, then you have to cast its double. And then when you attack with both of them, you get a 3/3/4, 2/3/3s for a 4 mana 2-turn investment. And it's not great, man. It's just not great. Our mana coloring is also not great at the moment. So let's... Although, like, Battlecry does work with other creatures, too, right? So we're getting +2/+2 on our Gisela, who is a lot better as a result, but... It's rough, man. I think I'll wait. I kind of want to be in a situation where our opponent commits more to the board, and then our Wrath is actually valuable, right? Because where we stand right now, our Wrath is not particularly valuable. It's essentially a 3/3, which isn't where we need to be. Now we have 4/4. for a 3 for 4, which is better, but again, not great. Woodland Champion is a cool card. I wish we had more cards in recent sets printed at like the common and uncommon level that's interesting. Alright, so we attack with Gisela. There is no reach, right? Okay, no reach. We're good. Wrath of God. No regeneration, opponent. Is Wrath of God the first Wrath? I don't know off the top of my head. I think it is. That would be my guess, but like I said, I don't know for sure. And if it is, that means they felt regeneration was powerful enough that on the very first Wrath, they put can't be regenerated. Very sad for the let's tone down those enter the battlefield triggers. Eight dogs. Scary stuff. By creatures, I guess. Oh, I should have gone enchantment still. Welp. Sucks to suck, I suppose. Tribute to the World Tree. Beef up my Adeline. There we go. We got there in the end, but it was a bit rough. I think I'm gonna end it off here. We got in 2 good games with Joshua. Like, Joshua and Saxon, mechanically they're unique. They use a mechanic that is very sparsely used at the moment on Arena. And their legend rule text is also fairly rare on Arena. So, I don't know, I like that they're unique, but they're just difficult to actually apply to a deck as a like functional synergistic commander, you know? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.